Welcome back to Cruising America, everyone. Today we're visiting the cliff-dwelling mud house in Mesa Verde National Park. We're Steve and Kathleen. We're cruising America in our 35-foot fifth-wheel RV, chasing 70-degree weather year-round. If you'd like to watch our previous videos, please click the Cruising America playlist link in the description below this video. Otherwise, enjoy our current episode starting now. Named for three mugs tied together with yucca rope found hanging inside one of its rooms, Mug House was a village of 80 to 100 residents during the 11 and 1200s. Along the rough trail to Mug House, you also experience an Adobe cave, ancestral Pueblo rock art, plus great views of Rock Canyon. By the way, Mug House isn't often open, and it's not even marked on the official park map. When it is open, you have to hike, and in some places on the cliff, shimmy down the trail to actually get to Mug House. Obviously, you must be fully ambulatory for this hike and tour, but even if you are, you might want to bring along trekking poles for safety. Built by ancestral Pueblans, the 150-room dwelling was rediscovered by the Wetherill brothers and Charles Mason in early 1890. The men were searching for cattle with their Ute guide, Akowitz. The crew turned up buckskins, poetry, stone axes, and knives. Unfortunately, the original artifacts have either been lost to time or looted. But several examples of these artifacts and black and white stoneware mugs can be seen today in the Chapin Mesa Archaeological Museum, located on Park Headquarters Loop. A year later, the Wetherill brothers returned to the site with Gustav Nordenskjöld. The 23-year-old Swede began scientifically documenting the site and the surrounding dwellings. But he was also notorious for loading train cars full of pottery and other artifacts from Mesa Verde sites, including Mug House. He shipped the pieces to Europe, and they eventually landed in the National Museum of Finland. Mug House was restored and stabilized in the 1920s. Sandstone, mortar, and wooden beams were the three primary construction materials used for the cliff dwellings. The ancestral Pueblo people shaped each sandstone block using harder stones collected from nearby river beds. The mortar between the blocks is a mixture of local soil, water, and ash. The cliff dwellings demonstrate a people adept at building, artistic in the crafts, and skillful at making a living in a challenging terrain. The ancestral Pueblans occupied and built upon the flat tops of the mesas throughout their time at Mesa Verde, and found them especially useful for farming, hunting, and gathering wild foods. Archaeologists believe thousands of people lived in the Mesa Verde area during this era. Some of the communities were very large, like Cliff Palace and Longhouse, featuring nearly 150 rooms. Like in the rest of the Mesa Verde region, Mug House was evacuated in the final decades of the 1200s, when the ancestral Pueblans migrated to the south and southwest. Although the exact reasons for the migration remain unknown, there is evidence colder and drier weather, combined with increased conflict in the region, made it harder for residents to rely on traditional strategies for survival. You must get a ticket for a ranger-guided tour to visit Mug House. These tours are only offered online 14 days in advance. Competition for the tickets is intense, so you must be ready to order on recreation.gov at 8 a.m. daily when the tickets become available. You really want one of these tours because the rangers are very knowledgeable and bring the ruins to life. Otherwise, you can only view the cliff dwellings from great distances. Please be aware visiting cliff dwellings is strenuous. Trails are steep and uneven, with steps and ladders to climb. Folks with heart or respiratory problems most likely shouldn't attempt to visit. Parents should watch children closely, especially near canyon rims and in cliff dwellings and exhibits. All archaeological sites, especially those with standing architecture like Mug House, require continued assessment and maintenance. Natural factors such as rainfall and alcove spalling, as well as animals and insects, impact the integrity of the site's fabric. As a public site, conditions at Mug House are routinely monitored on an annual basis. To learn how the park continues to preserve archaeological sites for future generations, visit the Archaeological Site Conservation Program on the National Park Service website. Mug House and Wetherill Mesa are only open between Memorial and Labor Day weekends. If you go, we recommend the basics. Be prepared for the sun and staying hydrated. Also, the park is 30 miles from Durango. Add a 20-minute drive to the Far View area, then a 30-plus minute drive to the Wetherill Mesa parking, and finally a 3/4-mile hike to the entrance gate where you meet a ranger. Don't underestimate these time distances or you might miss your tour. Finally, we recommend bringing gloves. You will be climbing wooden ladders so hot they can cause first-degree burns. Thanks for watching our latest episode of Cruising America. To see more of our videos, please click the link to our channel in the description below. If you like our videos, please click the subscribe button, then click the bell next to it. YouTube will then send you emails telling about our new videos once they're posted.